Guys, so I just filmed this video like 50,000 times, and you know, my hair looked like I was a boy. I don't care. I hope you guys enjoy the video, and here we go. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ashli Ferguson, for those of you who don't know me. So today I just want to get right into the video because when I watch these videos, I hate when people have these long intros. So subscribe if you want, but you don't have to. But you should, because I'm starting twice a week videos, one with career motivation advice, and then on Thursdays I do fun LA vlogs and exploring and cool stuff like that. So tune in. So we're gonna get into the video. Basically, as you guys know, I majored in broadcast journalism. I completed all 4 years at Howard University, and I just graduated in May. So like, all this information is fresh, it's current, it's recent, it's real, and I'm gonna be 100% honest. So, you know, everybody just grows up thinking that journalists are these like glamorous people. They get to, you know, stand on the red carpet and interview people, and they get to be on Capitol Hill, like covering stories, and they're talking heads on CNN, and you just see these faces and you're like, wow, I wanna do that. I wanna report the weather. I wanna be like that to you, blah, blah, blah. But no, it's so much more than that. It's 10% glamour, 90% work, period. Like, you guys, the amount of work you actually have to put in when you're a journalism major is real. And of course, when you're a freshman and sophomore, it starts off so smoothly and you're like, ah, I can do this, especially because they don't really throw you into the work until you're upperclassmen. But we're gonna get into that. So I'm gonna start with the pros, and then we're gonna end in the cons. And you know, if you guys have questions, I'll be happy to do another video about this. But let's just get into the pros. The pros, being a broadcast journalism major is just really cool. I mean, especially in this time right now, there's so much, you know, content to talk about. There's so many crazy, amazing stories that need to be heard. And so just being able to study news right now, when things are just changing, technology is changing, it's a super cool and important major to have. You also get access to a lot of cool opportunities, like job opportunities. You know, wherever your school is, there's probably a local station somewhere in the city. For me, being in Washington, D.C., I had access to CNN, ABC, NBC, like there were so many great publications, even like NPR, Politico. It was a really journalism, politics, rich city. So yeah, you get access to really fun and cool internships that really get you like up front and center, super hands-on. Sometimes they're not, but like you can look up and be like, wow, I've been in some really cool rooms because I'm a journalism major, and these are the internships that I have to do. You become really aware of what's going on in the world because your homework is to read CNN, read the Washington Post, watch a newscast. So you get really involved and really connected to the news, since that's kind of what you're studying on a day-to-day basis. Another cool thing about being a broadcast journalism major is some of the classes you take. You know, I've gotten to do like multimedia storytelling, digital design, graphic design. Like there's different cool classes that you just get access to that other people, you know, other people are in calculus and biochem and organic chemistry or whatever, and you're doing really cool media related stuff. And yeah, it's not like you're doing brain surgery or learning how to be a brain surgeon, but it's still a challenge. Like every day is a challenge. You really get to bond with other journalism majors that kind of talk about the things you're working on, and it's awesome. For me, I really leaned on a lot of my journalism major friends, because when times did get hard, like we could all stick together and cry together and be like, what were we thinking majoring in journalism? The cons. So here are some cons. First of all, it's a really slow start to get into your major. So like freshman and sophomore year, you're doing super easy stuff. Sometimes you get a little bored and you start to wonder, why am I not getting in the depth of journalism? How come I haven't been reporting stories? So the first 2 years are very like fundamental based, learning, reading, random stuff, and sometimes you might feel like it just doesn't matter, when I mean it does, but it just kind of, it's annoying, some of the classes that you have to take before you start doing those stories. It can be a little unstructured. Like journalism isn't like a super structured major, so sometimes you might feel like you don't know exactly how to navigate or how to even get into opportunities. You can't really succeed as a journalist after school if you didn't intern. Not trying to be, blunt, but that's just how it is. Like, you can't be a lazy journalism major, because if you are, you'll literally just not be doing anything. Then you'll be that person that's like, oh, I can't find a job. And then people will be like, well, do you have internship experience, work experience? Do you have a reel? As a journalism major, you have to be like quick and strategic throughout your 4 years. You have to get into internships and apply, and because your resume is really what's gonna stand out after you graduate. It's one of those majors that, like, you could either sleep and not do anything, or you could be someone grinding and using their time to the best. You really get out what you put in. If you actually pay attention in class, you work with your teachers, you ask them for opportunities, you go to your career resource center, and you just you kill it. You have to kill it as a journalism major. And that's not a con, but it's just that for those people who think this is going to be easy and that you can just come through school and graduate and be, Robin Roberts, it's not true, because it's so competitive. So many people are working on things constantly throughout school. And that's what I learned halfway through. And I was like, y'all aren't gonna play me. So I interned every single semester, every single summer, and then every semester after my summer of my junior year. News quizzes. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Like, news quizzes. Sometimes you just come into class and you might get a quiz on the news. What's going on in the world? And if you weren't reading CNN this morning, you probably are gonna fail that quiz. Or if you weren't reading the Washington Post, New York Times, whatever publication that your teacher swears by, if you're not ready, then you're gonna fail. And it's so hard because those points add up. So make sure you're knowing your stuff at all times, because you have to know what's going on in the news. For class, your homework is often finding stories and interviewing people and writing stories that are due the next day or 2 days from now. And so it's like a really quick turnaround, and sometimes that can be super stressful because you have other classes and you have a minor you have to worry about, you might have an internship, and so the time will really creep up on you being a journalism major. So time management is something that a lot of us struggled with as journalism majors, because we'd look up and our assignment would be due in a few hours, and it's like, what? The equipment. Oh my gosh. There were so many days where I was walking up the hill at Howard with heavy equipment. It was rough, y'all. I felt so bad for myself sometimes, because you have to carry around your tripod, your camera, your microphone, your stuff, your clothes, and it could be freezing, and you have to shoot a story, you have to do your stand-up, making sure everything's right. And sometimes things will just not go your way. Things will go the opposite of your favor. So it's really, really important to keep a really strong mentality going through this major, because issues will arise, and sometimes your teachers will understand and other times they won't. So you have to be super prepared, because while most people, all they have to do is write papers or study for tests, you have to go out into the field. You have to make sure that your interviews are secured. It can be super, super stressful, and oftentimes you're working by yourself. So you can get kind of lonely and feel like you're alone, because you have all your equipment, you have to write your own story, you have to produce it and edit it yourself, and then turn it in and hope for the best. So it's always important to just ask for help from other journalism students, and that's why I said you have to become a family with your journalism majors, because it will get really, really difficult. It'll creep up on you too. You'll think that you're doing such an easy major, and then you've got 2 stories to shoot. So just you gotta be realistic about it, and do your research about the programs that you want to do. Do your research about what journalism schools you want to go to. Howard is a really, really good one. We have some really amazing professors that have really just helped my work ethic. And then of course there's the whole not a lot of money thing, because business majors, they'll do internships that pay them $35 an hour, and your internship is $14 an hour. You're following your passion and your dream. If this is your dream, then you shouldn't care about that, because you know that it's going to happen for you. So honestly, don't let the money part of it get into it. I wouldn't consider the money a con, because that's not how much you'll make forever. That's just how much you're making as an intern. I personally don't want to be an anchor or anything like that anymore because I'm doing acting and that's what I want to do. So I kind of went after that. But for those of you who are like die-hard journalism fans and you're trying to figure out, should I major in this or not? These are questions that you gotta ask. These are pros and cons you gotta write out. You can change your interests, you can change what you want to be. You can decide whether you want to be a print journalist or a photojournalist or a broadcast journalist, multimedia. There's so many different types and you like don't have to just decide as you go. Like there's never a time being a journalism major where you say this is the one thing I want to do. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for 3,000 subscribers and counting. I'm in awe that my channel is still growing and I'm doing 2 videos a week now. So Mondays, career advice and like college stuff. I don't know, whatever you guys want for like motivation, inspiration Mondays. And then on Thursdays, it's like exploring LA. It's going out and hiking the Hollywood sign. It's like a lot of vlogging and like going on auditions, things like that. But comment down below, let me know what you think, give me more questions. I could do tons of videos about this, so let me know, y'all. And I will see you in my next video. Fall vibes, it's October, and I just felt very like warm and cozy.